A river has no degree, no plan, no morning routine. It has never read a self-help book, and it has never been lost, never burned out, never once failed to reach the ocean. Meanwhile, you have 3 productivity apps and an inspirational quote on your wall, and you're not sure where you're going. Maybe the river knows something you don't. In 2017, researchers in England discovered that simply hearing the sound of flowing water reduces your brain's stress response by 18%. Your brain doesn't just like water, it listens to water. As if, somewhere deep inside, it remembers that water has been teaching long before humans started taking notes. 2,500 years ago, Lao Zi took very good notes. 7 things water does that humans never learn. This is the story of May, a woman who walked along a river and understood all 7. If this is your first time here, every week we let water teach what the world overcomplicates. Subscribe. The river is patient, but the algorithm is not. May went looking for a river. She found a crack in the rock. 1 drop of water. Then another. The river didn't begin with a river. It began with an empty space. A place with nothing inside except room for water to arrive. Lao Tzu wrote, "We shape clay into a pot, but it is the emptiness inside that makes it useful." May spent 29 years filling everything. Her schedule, her mind. She was the fullest person she knew, and the most exhausted. Not every empty space needs to be filled. Some silences are where new things arrive. The spring only flows when there's emptiness waiting. The water was barely born, and it immediately went down. Not up, to the lowest point. The place everything else avoids. Lao Tzu wrote, "The highest goodness is like water. It benefits all things and does not compete. It settles in places that others despise." The world taught May to climb, always up. Water goes where no one wants to go, and that is why it reaches the ocean. The path nobody wants is the path nobody blocks. May rejected a job last year, not because it was wrong. She knew it was a good fit. She rejected it because of the title, because of LinkedIn, because of ego. Water doesn't ask, "Is this place worthy of me?" It just sees an empty space that needs filling, and fills it. Sometimes the right place isn't the one with the best title. It's the one that truly needs you, where you create real value. Waiting for the right moment is wise. Rejecting a space that needs you just because it doesn't look high enough, that's something water never does. First rock. Big. Solid. Not going anywhere. Water didn't argue, didn't push. It went around. Lao Tzu wrote, "Nothing in the world is softer than water, yet nothing is better at overcoming the hard and strong." Persistence isn't wrong, but persisting in the wrong direction is. And most of us never stop to ask, am I pushing because this is the right way, or because I'm afraid to change course? Water doesn't give up. Water doesn't stay rigid either. It still moves toward the ocean, just by a different path. The rock is still there. The water is already at the sea. The stream poured into a small lake and stopped. The surface became a perfect mirror. May looked down and saw her face, not the filtered version, the real one. Lao Zi wrote, "Reach the extreme of emptiness, hold firmly to stillness." You can only see clearly when you stop moving. Not forever, just long enough to see what's really there. A stirred mind, like stirred water, shows you nothing. Not because there's nothing to see, but because you won't hold still long enough. Water flowed through the forest. Everything drank from it. Trees, birds, moss, soil. Everyone took. Water gave. No contract, no counting, no slowing down. Lao Tzu wrote, "The more she does for others, the more she has. The more she gives, the richer she becomes." When you give and keep count, you're not giving, you're lending. And lending drains you because you carry a debt the other person doesn't even know about. But giving like water doesn't mean letting yourself be emptied. Water gives to every tree, but never stops for one tree. It gives, then keeps flowing. Give as you pass through, but don't stand still until you're dry. The river was wider now. The rocks along the banks, smooth, curved, shaped by water, drop after drop. 1,000 years, then another 1,000. The Grand Canyon exists. The water that made it doesn't even have a name. Lao Tzu wrote, "The soft overcomes the hard." Everyone knows this. No one practices it. The most savage line Lao Tzu ever wrote. Everyone knows patience wins. Then everyone pushes too hard. Because soft looks like losing. And we'd rather look like we're winning while breaking than look like we're losing while lasting. Strength is knowing when to stand firm and when to yield. Rigidity is never yielding at all. Water isn't weak. Water is just never rigid. The river mouth, where the river meets the sea. The water didn't stop, didn't hesitate, didn't look back. It simply became part of something larger. Lao Tzu wrote, "The Tao of heaven does not compete, yet it wins. It does not call, yet things come." The river never saw the ocean. No map, no GPS. It only knew one thing. Where is the empty space right in front of me? And it filled it, every day. And eventually, it arrived. Having a direction is good. Water has one too. Always down, always toward the lowest point, the clearest purpose in the world. But water doesn't draw a map from the mountain to the sea and then suffer every time it meets a rock that wasn't in the plan. Water knows its direction, but it doesn't cling to the route. The river reached the ocean not because of a perfect plan, but because every time the old path was blocked, it found a new one. Having a goal is wise. Clinging to only one path toward that goal, that's the oak tree, not the water. 7 lessons, 1 river. She didn't need a morning routine. The river doesn't have one. She didn't need a perfect plan. The river has never seen its destination, but it knows the direction. She didn't need to be stronger. The river is the softest thing in the landscape, and it shaped the mountains. The spring taught her to protect emptiness, because everything begins there. The downward flow taught her to go where she's needed, even when it doesn't look high. The rock taught her to go around, because persisting in the right direction is different from being stubborn in the wrong one. The lake taught her to stop, because you can only see clearly in stillness. The forest stream taught her to give without counting, then keep flowing. The canyon wall taught her that soft is not weak. Soft is the only thing that lasts. And the ocean taught her to trust the direction, even without knowing the road. You don't need 7 new habits. You just need to watch a river long enough, because it has been living all 7 since before humans knew how to name them. And if Lao Zi is sitting by a river right now, I think he'd look at the water, then look at you and say, I wrote 81 chapters trying to explain what this river does in silence every single day. Next time, just watch the river. Nature already knows. We're just learning to listen. If you know someone running in circles looking for a path, send them this. The river already found it. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Stay. The water has more to teach us. Which of these 7 lessons from water have you experienced in your own life? Share your story with us in the comments below.